When you know that you are queer, but your favorite drink is beer, that's gayish. You can bottom without stopping, but you can't stand going shopping, that's gayish. Oh, gayish, you're probably gayish. Well, life's just too short for narrow stereotypes, so it's gayish. We're also gayish. It's Gayish with Mike and Kyle.
Hello, everyone in the podcast universe. This is Gayish.
The podcast that still hasn't told its former high school girlfriend that it's gay.
But she knows, right?
She knows. She knows. Oh, rumor got around, and she for sure knows.
I don't think we need to say the obvious all the time.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gay, and you already know it, so I'm not going to tell you about it.
I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz.
And we're here to bridge the gap between sexuality and actuality, and today...
We're going to talk about triangles.
We talk about the letter P. I just feel like we're doing shapes and numbers now. We've reached the Sesame Street portion of Gayish's programming.
Yeah, I love it. This is not for children. This is Sesame Street for adults.
Yeah, exactly. But first, hey, happy birthday, America. Let's start with that one.
Yeah, sure. Let's celebrate America right now. That's what I'm in the mood for.
I feel it's like my 93-year-old grandfather. At this point, I'm just happy for every year we get.
America's holding on for dear life, hoping that it makes it through another one.
Exactly right. Yeah, so this comes out on the 3rd of July? 4th of July? 3rd of July?
Yeah.
So happy birthday, America, tomorrow. But we're recording it during Pride weekend.
Yeah, it's Pride for us.
Yeah.
Hope your Pride was good. Hope you celebrated or did something or recognized it or felt it in your heart, whatever you wanted to do.
I hope when this episode drops, I'm alive to see it because we haven't gone out yet. That's tonight later.
Yeah. I hope we survive.
I hope we survive too. And last but not least, Kyle, we're live and in person and together.
We are. You're home for a little bit.
Just today.
Okay. Yeah.
Heading to Scotland tomorrow. But it's nice.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think like we've been doing this for so long that I think we just kind of phone it in now. But like when we're remote, there's like a little bit of a delay, and like I interrupt you less, and I don't know. I think being live and in person is like, it's better.
Yeah, I think so too. And I cut all the little spaces so it makes it sound like we responded right away. So you don't have to hear all the, hopefully, it doesn't sound like we're remote like that badly because of my editing, but who knows?
Well, if you hate it, please don't tell us because Kyle is sensitive. But if you don't notice a difference and you love it, feel free to say so.
That's very true.
Okay.
I like that approach to it.
I guess is that all the things?
Should we talk about our 450?
Oh my goodness. Okay, everybody, shut up. Listen.
Shut the fuck up. Listen to what's happening.
Okay. Mama loves a tradition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Mama.
Mm-hmm.
In this.
I am Mama. Mama is me.
And I don't know why we decided to start doing this, but way back in the day in season 1, we started this tradition of every 50 episodes is just a live stream Q&A episode.
Yep.
And we're going to continue with that tradition until I die.
Wow. Even when we're no longer doing the show anymore,
I think even after we've stopped Gayish, I'm still going to just increment the episode number every Sunday in my heart.
Yeah, and then every 50, you're just going to like take some questions from random strangers. So send your questions to
Gayish Podcast, the plus symbol 450 at gmail.com. Gayish Podcast plus 450 at gmail.com. Anything goes. Because if we don't like it, we won't ask ourselves that question.
So send us whatever you want.
But that is a blind inbox, which I don't think is a PC way to refer to inboxes these days. But only Derek will read them.
Yeah. So it'll be secret to us until the recording, which the recording, we're going to do a live stream. And listen up. Again, stop. You were already listening. Stop it. Now listen again.
Do better.
Do better at listening this time. For our Patreon happy hour that's coming up in August.
This is important. You already stopped listening, and you need to fucking listen.
Instead of doing it on that Wednesday, we're doing it on Tuesday, August 5th at 6 p.m. Pacific. And we're going to, in place of the Patreon happy hour, do our live stream and let our Patreon members hang out, listen, ask us questions.
Yes, exactly right. So every level of Patreon, no matter what level you are at, gets to come to our Patreon happy hours, We're moving it one day earlier this quarter so that we can make our 450th episode live stream and our Patreon happy hour the same event. And if you are one of our Patreon supporters, we might take live questions from the Patreon folks.
Yeah.
Which that'll be fun.
Yeah, that will be fun.
But yeah, if you want behind the VIP rope, you need to cough up some dough.
Which you can go to patreon.com/Gayish podcast to support us if you want to.
We're fucking nailing this episode, Kyle.
I know, right?
It's the best.
Happy Pride to us all.
Happy Pride to everyone.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. Magical.
Yeah.
Now the news.
Shut your mouth hole. It's time for your ear holes. News.
Okay. News the first, Kyle.
Yeah.
I hope I don't go on a rant that is like shrinkage inducing.
Oh, I hope you do.
But the Supreme Court of the United States of America ruled 6-3 in the case of Mahmoud versus Taylor in favor of religious parents in a Maryland school district who sought an opt-out for their children from LGBTQ plus themed books. Basically, the rundown here is a school district said, we're going to start adding LGBT plus books to our curriculum. And parents said, no, we hate that because Jesus. So then the school district said, okay, because Jesus, if you don't want your kids to hear about this stuff, that's fine. Write us a note and we'll take them out of class or whatever. Apparently, so many parents were pulling their kids out of class because they were talking about gay stuff that the school district said, no, this is now a super disruption to the classroom. What do we do with half the school while the other half is learning stuff about gay people? We're not doing that anymore. No more opting out. They sued because Jesus. It went all the way up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said, nope, you have to let the parents take the kids out of class.
That sucks.
It sucks. And here's the thing. I've realized now, Kyle, here we go. I can feel it.
It's bubbling up. It's coming out.
Fuck parents. I'm done with parents. Fuck parents. Fuck Christian parents especially. You, in your ignorance, don't get to decide to continue to make your children ignorant because you are uncomfortable with them being exposed to ideas that you don't agree with. Your job as a parent is to make your child a good consumer of information and to make them a good person capable of making their own decisions, not to shield them from everything that you think might somehow fuck them up. The kids are going to be fine. You're the asshole.
Yeah. And kids are going to learn about this information one way or another. Like, they have the internet. So they're going to get, if they want a book, they're going to get a book. They're going to figure out how to do it. They're going to, they know what they've seen gay porn already because they have the internet. Like, they know this. And so all you're doing is being an asshole and making the school spend more time on your assholery. Yep.
I believe that your children have a right to information regardless of whether you want them to have it or not.
Yeah.
I think that your children have a right to be free of your ignorance.
And the entire point of school, like the reason we're sending kids to school so they can learn the stuff, like some of the stuff that you can't teach them at home. And this is clearly one of the things that they need a lot of people teaching about LGBT stuff because clearly they're not getting that information at home.
Lastly, Kyle.
Yeah.
I have another thing to say.
Yeah, I bet you do.
It's going to come out.
And here it goes.
Here, any minute now. No, I legit forgot. Hold on.
Okay.
I guess I just got mad. I got so mad. Oh, yeah, religion. I don't understand why it is that people don't fucking understand that letting religion, your sincerely held religious beliefs, that we can't actually look into your brain and see if they're sincere or not. We can't actually know if the fucking horse shit that you believe or not is something that your sky daddy approves of or doesn't approve of, who may or may not even fucking exist. The idea that that's like some kind of trump card that lets you get to do any old fucking crazy thing you want to in this goddamn country and just say because Jesus and we have to let you do it is such utter chaotic anarchist horse shit. I fucking hate it. We live in a secular society. We live in a multicultural society. Your religion is fine. Believe any old fucking crazy thing you want to in the privacy of your own brain and the privacy of your own home, but it is not my job to accommodate your insanity. except apparently it is in this country.
Yeah. Don't start calling him Sky Daddy, because that rebranding might actually turn people on to religion. They might be into that. So I'm worried about how that will go over.
Yeah, he's got like, lightly blue tinted skin, giant pecs.
Oh.
And he loves to blow because he lives on a cloud.
You just mean...
and he has a trident for some reason, which is weird because it's not underwater.
Yeah. His hair is like Beyonce. It's like blowing in the wind.
Yeah. And a 14-inch pork loin of a dick.
Just thick. Just a thick motherfucker.
Thanks, Sky Daddy.
Thanks, Sky Daddy. I love religion now. Man, I'm into religion.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but you're right.
Justice Sam Alito, who's like, I don't know, third on my list of those that should die that are in that institution, said, quote, "We have long recognized the rights of parents to direct the religious upbringing of their children." It's not religion to say that gay people exist, you motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's just not. But here we are. Okay, I got to move on.
Okay, let's do it.
Or we'll never
leave this.
get to the triangles part.
Yeah.
News the second, Kyle. This one, so I started out, I came in hot and angry.
Mm-hmm.
This one's like kind of a medium ground.
Okay.
And then we're going to end happy.
Ooh.
Okay, so again, the United States Supreme Court, which, by the way, if everybody doesn't already know this, the reason I cover the Supreme Court so much in June is that's the month that our Supreme Court actually works. The rest of the year, they don't do fuck all. They release all of their opinions in 1 month. Just happens to be Pride Month. Happy 10th anniversary, gay marriage.
Oh.
Because it's also June. It's always when they make their decisions. It was 10 years ago this month that they let us get married.
Speaking of things we're holding on to by the skin of our teeth.
Well, yeah.
Hoping it lasts another year.
For now. Yeah.
For now.
Okay, so the U.S. Supreme Court last week upheld a key provision of the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, that ensures access to PrEP.
Nice.
Yeah, in Kennedy versus Braidwood, the court ruled 6-3 that health insurers must continue to cover services recommended by the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force without imposing out-of-pocket costs. So, I haven't drank beer while we recorded in a long time, Kyle. It's going to be a long day. PrEP, or pre-exposure prophylaxis, which is HIV prevention medication, must be covered and without cost to people who are enrolled in Obamacare.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. The reason, though, that this is a middle ground one is it also says that whatever that task force determines is preventative care, insurance companies have to cover it.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
They said, no, you can't, because Jesus, out of having to do so, because they listened to the truth, the facts, the reality here. PrEP does not mean gay stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It predominantly affects the queer community, but that's not the only way to get HIV, everybody.
Yeah.
But then also the bad part here is buried in the 86-page ruling. It says that the Secretary of Health and Human Services gets veto power over what that task force considers to be required preventative medicine or not.
Oh.
The current holder of that seat is Robert F. Brainworm Kennedy Jr., who is an anti-vaxxer. And so basically, whichever dickbag fuckface asshole is in that office gets to decide what's on the list and what isn't for stuff that has to be covered.
Yikes. That's a scary thought. With Trump appointees, like, who knows how long they're going to last, first of all.
Yeah. And
second of all, if they're going to be a competent human being, which they're probably not. So
yeah, that guy isn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, he does have the power to like probably still stop it, but that process will take a while. And the thing that we need to do is to continue to try to get him to listen to science, I guess.
God. Good luck.
Good luck. But it is good news that companies don't get to decide whether they want to or not. The Supreme Court was pretty clear. Like, if it's required care under federal law, you do not get exemptions from that. You must cover it. You must cover it at no cost.
Nice.
So that's all good stuff.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, news the last. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This just makes me happy, Kyle. Boise, Idaho.
Hey, we've been there.
We have been there. Yes. But they held a very poorly named and they clearly did not invite any gay people to this.
You got to run everything by a gay person. Run your marketing ideas by a gay person.
But they had a straight pride event called the Hetero Awesome Fest.
Okay.
Not making that up. The Hetero Awesome Fest held in Boise, Idaho. And they held it on June 20th and 21st, directly across from the Idaho State Capitol in Cecil D. Andrus Park. It was promoted as, quote, "It ain't your limp-wristed woke fest. It's a full-on celebration of family values with guts." And apparently only about 30 people attended.
Oh, suckers.
KTVB, which is the local station in Boise a local station there in Boise, said that 30 to 50 people at most attended Hetero Awesome Fest. And the Advocate's reporting says that about 40 people attended the 2023 self-proclaimed world's smallest pride parade. So basically, like, the best that straight people in Boise can do is still worse than the smallest thing that gay people can do for Pride Month. Yeah, there have been other straight pride events, but none of them have ever gone well. There was one in California in 2019 that was about 20 attendees. There was an event the same year in Texas, and that just attracted 3 people.
Wow.
One of whom later said she did not know what the event was and hated it.
What? 1/3 is not a good, like, you did not earn your 5 stars on that event.
Something else that happened that was awesome at Hetero Awesome Fest is that they accidentally invited a pro-LGBT musician named Daniel Hamrick, who did a song called Boy, about a young transgender boy. And it contains the lyric, "They put him in dresses to keep him in line. They say it's a phase and it's all in his mind. They put him in ballet. He wants to play ball. What matters to him doesn't matter at all." And then they forcibly removed him from the stage.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, God.
I'm totally fine if people want to do a straight pride event. Like, okay, if you're that proud of your family values and your pride or your straightness, like, go for it. Do an event. Do a festival. Get together. Hang out with other straight people. That's like you don't have any gay people there, so it's going to be a boring ass party.
Yeah. Straight Pride Month is 11 months out of the year.
Exactly.
But I like this take, actually, because I think that there's a understandable reaction when people say, "What about straight pride?" They're like, whoever's asking that question is a dickbag fuckface asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're not genuinely, like, wondering when is the event that I can. Yeah.
Yeah. They just want to express their distaste for gay people having rights.
Yeah.
But also, like, it's a free country, at least for now. Go ahead, start it.
Yeah.
You have a First Amendment right of freedom of assembly in this country. So, like, if you want to start a straight pride event, go for it. I hope it will fail, just like this one in Boise did.
Yeah, and I love so then when people are like, when is straight pride, you can be like, oh, it's on June 20th, so go ahead and show up for that. If you do you really care about showing up for a straight pride event? No, you're just being an asshole by asking that question. You don't actually care.
That's the news.
That's the news. Speaking of things I don't care about. No, wait. Speaking of assholes, fuck. How do we? Speaking of people that have the freedom of assembly.
Yeah.
I want to thank the following new Patreon members. Thank you to James Gambulos.
That's a name.
Gambulos. I don't know.
You are for sure in the mob.
And I'm James Gambulos. Carries a gun everywhere he goes. And thank you to Steven Setter. Is
it S or C?
S.
Probably Sater.
Sure. Thanks, Steven. If you want ad-free episodes a day early, if you want to support the show, if you want to use Mike's hole, if you want to go to our Patreon happy hour, which is now our 450th live stream, then support us at patreon.com/gayish podcast.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah.
And your money.
Mostly the money part. Do you want to talk about triangles?
Let's talk about triangles, Kyle.
Okay.
I'm going to go first.
Okay.
What is a triangle? No, I'm fucking with you.
Oh, God. I was going to have to drink more of this wine if we were going to do an entire segment on what triangles are. Okay.
Our friend Carly last night, as I was leaving, said that I look like a Dorito chip. And I think she was trying to compliment my body.
Okay.
Which is weird because it's not. It's been better, you know? But, like,
maybe she was saying you look like a snack.
She called me a triangle.
Oh.
And it made me, you know, I was like...
On theme.
Yeah. I was happy before I remembered to be sad.
That should be a bumper sticker.
Okay. The triangle as a symbol. We're going to be talking about triangles in a lot of different ways throughout the episode today, but like as a symbol, we've been using it for a very, very long time for different purposes. Obviously, because it's so simple, right? 3 lines making a shape. That's not hard to get your head around, right?
It's also very structurally sound. I think they like make bridges out of it or something because it's like a solid structure.
Or like the pyramids.
Or like the pyramids.
Yeah, those things are pretty beefy.
Yeah.
They've been around a minute.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so every culture throughout the history of humanity has had triangles as part of their iconography in some form. And again, that's likely just because it's so simple, but like it is a thing that like gets utilized over and over and over again. So there's the Great Pyramids, the Star of David, which is, you know, now controversial. Like you can't have a Star of David flag without causing some kind of a commotion. Yeah. But that's 2 triangles that are interlaced together. Ancient civilizations that really used it a lot, though, the Pythagoreans, for whom the Pythagorean theorem is named. Can you say the Pythagorean theorem, Kyle?
A squared plus B squared is C squared.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
You're better at math than you let on.
Oh. Thank you. I think that was a compliment.
They had a triangular arrangement of 10 points that was a mystical symbol representing the organization of space, called the Tetractys. Yeah.
It sounds like a equipment to mow your lawn.
Yeah.
The new John Deere Tetractys.
Yeah, I'm out of gas. My Tetractys needs gas. Greek temples were placed sometimes at very long distances from each other, but in deliberately positioned isosceles triangles. And then we can move on to Christianity, which they suck, but... Christianity has the Holy Trinity, which is a triangular halo with emanating light rays representing the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Judaism, the Jews also like triangles. They have, again, the Star of David. Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, lots of triangles all over religion. Hopping across the pond to the Americas, Native American tribes saw the triangle as representing 3 realms of existence: sky, earth, and underworld. They also had famously a non-binary view of gender and sexuality, and like Native American cultures are not a monolith at all, but like a fairly consistent theme that pops up over and over again is this idea that there's not just male and female, and a lot of depictions of that imply triangulation or triangles in the thinking about it and depicting it.
So depicting male, female, and non-binary identities, are those the 3 points?
Correct.
Of that?
Correct.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah. Let's see. So African cultures considered it a symbol of fertility and the divine feminine, and that's for sure because of vajayjays and the way that uteruses are shaped. Yeah.
Shaped like it's a triangle, a vagina?
Kind of. Yeah.
Huh.
Not really, but the inside part maybe? I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know about this connection.
I don't either.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Then, so apparently a pointing upward triangle is supposed to be masculine energy, like fire or ascension, and going up. Downward is feminine energy. It means water and grounding. And you were right. Architecturally, triangles are the strongest shape because they distribute weight evenly across all three sides. Okay. Going back, I'm going to talk a whole bunch about Nazis later, Kyle.
Yeah, it's going to get gayer.
It's going to get gayer. But the of all of the things that I mentioned, it does seem like the ancient Greeks were the most into triangles as like a symbol. They even had a letter that was the letter delta that is a triangle. Some people have pointed out that delta represents change and that there's some kind of change or difference that is a good way to describe queerness.
That's a little bit of a stretch, maybe.
Yeah.
A couple steps away from one another.
I'm with you. But yeah, that's all I want to say is for reasons that you're going to talk about, triangles became a symbol for gay people, and that history goes back very, very far.
Yeah.
Some of that's understandable just because of the simplicity of the shape, but also it just is something that apparently our little human brains are into as a concept.
Yeah.
But that's that brief overview is just that's the history sort of.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to talk about that quite yet. What I am going to talk about is some Urban Dictionary definitions that contain the word triangle.
Oh, here we go.
First is just there are a few definitions of the word triangle.
Great. It's 3 lines intersecting into a shape.
Surprisingly not there as one of the definitions. First definition.
Kyle,
hey, Mike.
If you add up the angles of a triangle, what number is it?
Fuck, is it 180 or 360? I think it's 180.
It's 180.
Yeah, I got it right.
Good work.
Thanks. Hey, Mike, if you add up this, what does that make?
It's a big number 1. I'm number 1.
That was my middle finger. Okay, first definition of triangle, apparently now a pretty hipster shape. That was the most upvoted definition.
Hipster?
Yeah.
What's hipster about triangles?
I don't know. This was posted, the definition was posted in 2009. Did hipsters take triangles in 2009?
I thought it was hip to be square.
Jesus Christ. Another definition.
Now Derek has to tag Huey Lewis in an Instagram post, and you have to add that song to the list.
Oh God, I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm glad you said the artist so that I can find it easier though. Right. The second definition was the most boring instrument in the world. Really?
Instrument?
Yeah, the triangle.
Oh my God! It makes a dinging sound.
Thank you. Do you want to simulate a triangle?
Ding.
Okay, great. That was good. That was a fun little thing we did there. The example sentence. You okay?
I'm fine. Apparently, high noises make me phlegmy.
The example sentence was: it takes about 1 to 2 seconds to place something on the triangle. After that, you've completely mastered the instrument. Congrats.
Yeah.
And maybe it's harder than you think. I don't know.
Well, you got to hold it by the string.
String thing?
If you try to hold it by the metal part, it's just going to go clank.
Yeah.
So you got to like hold, and then because it's on the string, it's all spinning around. You got to like chase it so that you can hit it cleanly. It's way more complicated than they're trying to make it sound, Kyle.
Yeah, you should add that as a definition. The last definition I wrote down of triangle is a philosophy holding that the 3 key elements in life are eating, sleeping, and sex.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Are you not having any sex? Which 2?
Oh well, I mean, like, I am. My sex life is fine, Kyle.
Oh, great! I wanted to ask you,
but you don't have to have that to live.
Oh, but it is a key element of life.
So's booze.
Oh, that's true. Well, now we're in squares. This episode is now called Squares. Okay, the next one I'm going to define as Devil's Triangle.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
what?
So like a Devil's 3-way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a threesome with one woman and 2 men. It is important to remember that straight men do not make eye contact while in the act. Doing so will question their sexuality. And this is, not going to become another threesomes episode. We're really
this is not
trying,
threesomes 4.
We're really trying hard not to make it threesomes number 4. But why has it got to be a devil's triangle?
Because there's 2 dicks.
I know, but that is such a negative reflection of gay people that it would be or negative implication on gay people.
Yeah, dicks are great.
Dicks are great.
The devil has one too. Probably.
Do you think it's as big as Sky Daddy's?
No, it's not. But it does have a toenail on the end of it.
I hated that.
That's not my joke. It's from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, okay.
Back in the 90s, though. I think the statute of limitations has run out, so now I can pretend it's my joke.
Okay. I like that. There's the Bermuda Triangle.
Okay.
When a girl eats a man's ass.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about the actual thing. Okay, great.
Jerks him off and tickles his balls all at the same time.
That's talent. It's an audio medium, Kyle.
Hold on, I'm trying to hand motion this. I'm trying to. Yeah, that is a lot of there's a lot going on with all your.
Can you rub your belly and pat your head and blow somebody all at the same time?
Yeah, that's talent. Good for you. There's Love Triangle, which I'm not going to find. You're going to talk a little bit more about those. There is capital T, the triangle.
Oh.
While having a three-way, the man lays down on his back, and one girl starts riding him cowgirl, and the other sits on his face, and the man eats her out, while the two girls make out with each other. Viewed from the side, it looks like a triangle.
Thank you.
So, I mean, it is
none of it was very obvious, but that part was very obvious.
It really helped you out. The triangle part really brought it all together. That's the triangle, and that's a little bit bisexual, so that's cool.
Yeah.
What's up, Bias?
Yeah.
We see you.
Yeah.
There's Golden Triangle.
Oh.
What?
Is that something to do with the Illuminati?
I don't think so.
Okay.
A blonde woman's pubic hair, shaved in the shape of a triangle. Only gorgeous young women can yield a golden triangle. It's a highly sought-after prize, known to have magical properties. I don't know.
What can it do?
What can it do?
Does it cure hangovers?
Raise the dead. And cure hangovers. There's the Spermuda Triangle.
Oh, I love a good dad joke portmanteau.
Yeah. Sex pun.
Yeah.
It's what you call a hairy vagina that has been cummed on. The Spermuda Triangle.
I like that.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Mm-hmm. Although some goatees are kind of triangular. Oh. That could also be a Spermuda Triangle.
Oh, yeah. Way to make it gay. I love that. Mm-hmm. And pink triangled.
Past tense, past participle.
Mm-hmm. Rejection of a male by a girl who's a stealth lesbian, derived from the Weezer song. And I looked it up, and there is a Weezer song called Pink Triangle that is about hitting on a girl who ends up being a lesbian.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah?
I don't think there are any secret lesbians.
They can't keep their secret.
It's like they just can't.
Yeah.
It's like vegans and CrossFitters and people who are into Taylor Swift. Like, they will tell you.
Yeah, and optometrists. Fuck optometrists.
Okay, my optometrist used to be hot.
Oh, but then you got glasses and you could see him and you realize he's ugly? Yeah. No, what happened?
Oh, no, I've just been going to him for so long that he aged out.
Oh. What, he turned 30?
Well, he also, I was having problems seeing up close, and he said that the reason that I couldn't see up close anymore is because I was over 40. I was like, well, fuck you.
But was he right?
Yes, of course he's right.
Okay.
Of course he's right. Here's another beer, everybody. At the beginning, I forgot to tell you. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say that's Urban Dictionary.
Say it the way you were going to say it, though.
That's Urban Dictionary.
Yeah. At the beginning, I forgot to tell you that Plato, who definitely knew what dicks taste like, once said that the world was built from triangles.
Oh, I don't think that's true because the world is circular. So, there's that. Plato.
Yeah, take that, Plato.
Pwned.
Thanks, Urban Dictionary. You're the gift that keeps on giving.
I know.
I really appreciate that about you.
Are we going to make it sad?
Yep, we have to.
We have to.
Kyle.
Yep.
So, for reasons that Kyle's going to go into in a little bit, we definitely have the triangle as one of our primary symbols of being a big old mo. And we have to trace that back. And in order to trace that back, we have to talk about Nazis.
Yeah, we should have said at the very top, like a triangle is a gay symbol for the gay community. I don't know if everyone knows that. One of my straight coworkers, I was talking to her about this episode, and she was not aware that the triangle was a symbol of the gay community or why.
Yeah.
So not everyone knows.
Not everyone knows, which that's weird, but now you do.
Now you do. That's why we do this episode.
Although I think the Venn diagram of people who don't know about triangles and who listen to our show, the overlap's got to be pretty small.
Yeah, I would think so. So much to cut.
Great. You're welcome. Yeah.
Get in on it.
Okay. Where do I start? First, Nazis are bad.
Because apparently it doesn't go without saying anymore. Apparently you do have to say it.
In this country.
In this country, yeah.
But between 1933 and 1945, an estimated 50 to 100,000 men were arrested under paragraph 175, which was Germany's anti-homosexuality law. Germany isn't the only place in the world that had anti-faggot laws. It's like that's not an evil that they invented.
Right.
But at that stage, that was a thing that existed. There was the Weimar Republic in Germany, which apparently was like moderately welcoming or affirming of gay people. They even had a gay bar and a gay magazine back in the 20s and 30s. But this didn't last very long. And when the Nazis were rising to power, they really cracked down a whole bunch. But when they were rounded up, like Jews, like disabled people, like lesbians, like they called them antisocials, but just like run-of-the-mill criminals. But they were rounded up and put into concentration camps, and a lot of those concentration camps ultimately led to them being mass murdered. Sometimes it was just like a horrible group prison, but in all cases it was real bad. But when you were in a concentration camp, you wore a symbol on your clothing that broadcast the reason that you were in the camp. And the pink triangle, also known as the rosa Winkel, was used to mark gay men in concentration camps. So our sort of reclamation of the pink triangle as a gay symbol traces back to that being how we were identified in these concentration camps. Interestingly enough, at least I thought this was interesting, lesbians did not get a pink triangle, rather they got a black one. Black triangles represented asocial, so going against social behavior, which like we've seen this before, that like being a lesbian isn't accepted, but being gay is criminalized or more harshly viewed, harshly punished, because we only care about what the dicks do.
Yeah, everyone cares about what the dicks is doing and make laws based on that.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Most of that I already knew or had heard or whatever. Here's some new shit that I found out about triangles and the way the Nazis used them that I think are worth exploring.
Okay.
So gay men that had pink triangles were given the most dangerous work assignments in the camp.
Huh.
And they faced brutal treatment from both guards and other prisoners.
Oh. Because
you're wandering around in this universe, and it said right there on your fucking clothing what it was that you did. Even Jews or whoever in the camps could see like, oh, you're a faggot, and treat you worse.
Oh my God. Can you imagine you had some symbol just blasting out to everyone that you were gay?
Yeah, that's
it's called My Voice.
What?
It's called My Voice.
Oh, your voice.
That kind of gives it away.
Mine's when I forget to turn my phone's volume off and that grinder sound happens. The triangles were made deliberately larger than the other colors of triangle that were used to ensure visibility and humiliation from a distance. The pink triangles given to gay men were about 3 inches, which was again bigger. Let's see. The pink triangle was larger, but sometimes had additional markings. They would put 175 inside the triangle sometimes because that referred to paragraph 175, which was the number of the law that was anti-sodomy that they had broken. They also would sometimes add a yellow bar to indicate repeat offenders, which now I want to have a necklace that's a pink triangle that has a yellow bar.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm a repeat offender.
I am a repeat offender.
Yeah.
Let's see, and then I forgot to mention this before, but like unlike other groups who were liberated at the end of World War II, and gay men were not released; they were just put in a different kind of jail because it was still illegal.
Right. Which is horrifying. Imagine getting saved from a concentration camp just to go into a different prison.
Yeah, exactly right. Okay, so I thought that the triangle was only used for gay people, that there was like the triangle for gay people and then the like Star of David looking thing for Jewish folks that were in the camps. That's not true. So red triangle meant that you were a political prisoner. Yellow triangle meant that you were a Jew. It wasn't always the star. Brown meant that you were Roma. Black triangles were for asocial people. And they also, I mentioned the 175 inside the triangle, but they also would sometimes have the letter A, which stood for Oshfika, ass fucker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I've already talked about the size and the visibility. This is like two sources that I'm trying to combine together into one segment. That's why I'm a little bit repeating myself, which I apologize for. Okay. Here's the most interesting thing to me, Kyle.
What's that?
Why pink?
Why pink? Because it's a gay color.
Why did they make those triangles pink?
I don't know.
I thought it was because it's a gay color.
Yeah.
Exactly the opposite.
Huh.
So, pink, prior to this, was seen as a manly, strong color. And pink was chosen for homosexual prisoners to mock their lack of masculinity.
Wow.
So it was a traditionally masculine color, at least in German society at the time. And so putting the color pink was meant to highlight the contrast that this person was. It was shame. It was mockery. Like you don't deserve this color because you're not man enough, kind of a thing.
Yeah, even in Nazi Germany, they were calling gay people like not manly. Like to be gay is to not be the right kind of man.
Yep, always the case. Especially if you're the receptive partner. Like bottom shaming. Yeah, we do it enough in the gay community as it is, but ultimately bottom shaming is just. Misogyny directed toward receptive anal sex partners.
Yeah.
Anyway, at the end of the day, that symbol remained an enduring reminder of the horrors of the Holocaust and the way that gay men were treated throughout the 30s and 40s. And at some stage we began using it as a symbol of pride and started trying to reclaim it, and that led to what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, should I tell you about ACT UP?
Let's do it.
ACT UP stands for AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power.
Okay. I don't know if this is the first time that I've ever heard that was an acronym, or if I forgot because it's bad.
They started with ACT UP and then we're like,
what can we make?
What words could we say from this? It is an international grassroots political group that is working to end the AIDS pandemic. I wrote down pandemic, but then said epidemic. I don't know the difference between the two. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It was formed on March 12th, 1987. But they particularly in October.
I mean, that's prime AIDS time, Kyle.
Prime AIDS time. They in particular had a active and visible presence in October 1987 at the Second National March on Washington for lesbian and gay rights.
Yeah.
What they are known for is like this poster with the pink triangle on it. Yeah. And it's interesting. Silence Equals Death is something like you can look up Silence Equals Death Project. Yeah. That was a separate thing that was founded in 1985 before ACT UP. Mm-hmm. And they first printed the poster and it was visible mid-March 1987. And the collective eventually turned the rights of the poster over to ACT UP, who then reprinted it, and ACT UP used it as a central image for their campaign against the AIDS epidemic.
Yeah. I think people forget or don't remember, or like you weren't even born yet. But AIDS was called gay cancer, mm-hmm. and then it was called GRID, gay-related immunodeficiency. Mm-hmm. And Ronald Reagan, the dickbag fuckface asshole, I hope is rotting in hell because that's what he deserves, was president of the United States and famously refused to say anything about the HIV/AIDS epidemic. And I think a lot of this messaging about silence equals death was just a commentary on the fact that the political establishment at the time was refusing to acknowledge that this was a problem. Yep. There was this sort of like, who cares? It's just killing faggots kind of a thing, which wasn't even true. Like, it was spreading very quickly through the gay community because of the dangers of unprotected sex. But it, of course, never was limited to just gay men. But God, we were just talking about PrEP at the top of the hour in the news, right? And how like people are still trying to say that like HIV equals gay equals something I religiously hate, right? But fuck Reagan. Oh, that's all really all I wanted to say. Is fuck Reagan.
That's all we wanted to say is fuck Reagan. So yeah, this is part of when this pink triangle was reclaimed as using it on the poster, and the silence equals death. They flipped the triangle to point it upwards, so that it is pointing up, which I learned from you means masculine energy. So that's cool. Mm-hmm. Sorry, lesbians. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. They got some masculine energy.
It also means ascent. Like you're going up. Oh,
okay. Ascent. That sounds like a cult shit. I wanted to tell you a few demonstrations that they did that I really liked.
Okay.
First is on September 14th, 1989. 7 ACT UP members went to the New York Stock Exchange and chained themselves to the VIP balcony to protest the high price of the drug AZT, which was the only approved drug at the time. Mm-hmm. Price was about $10,000 per patient per year.
Yeah.
So they were protesting how high that cost was. Several days after the demonstration, the drug manufacturer lowered the price to $6,400 per patient.
That's
per
a bargain.
Year. I mean, good work. They got it to the price to be reduced, but still, like,
but you think like $6,000. That's $500 a month. And this was 1989. Like that's a lot of money now.
Yeah.
How much was that in them times dollars?
Yeah. Like the fact that our health insurance is so fucked up that we have to pay when we get diseases. Like it's like, isn't that the point of having insurance? Anyway, won't get into insurance, but in January 1988, the Cosmopolitan published an article by Robert E. Gould, a psychiatrist, entitled "Reassuring News About AIDS. A Doctor Tells You Why You May Not Be at Risk." The main argument of the article was that unprotected vaginal sex between a man and a woman who both had, quote, healthy genitals. He said that the risk of HIV transmission was negligible. Even if the male partner was infected. That's wrong. Women of ACT UP questioned.
No, but there's a kernel of truth there, which is just that like it is much more dangerous for the receptive partner.
Oh, right.
If the insertive partner is positive, like that's a more dangerous equation.
Yeah, he was saying even if the man is
super duper wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
So women of ACT UP questioned him about he had not just the information being wrong, but questionable journalistic techniques, not having a peer reviewed. Asked him for a retraction. He said no. And this was the first time that women of ACT UP organized separately from the main group. About 150 activists protested in front of Cosmo's parent company to bring media attention to the controversy. Another one.
Do you like Cosmos? Do you drink them ever?
I don't know. I don't know that I've had one in forever.
I thought that used to be like the go-to gay drink because of Sex and the City.
It was, for sure. My go-to gay drink when I was just coming out and just being an adult was lemon drop. Yeah. And people would always laugh when I ordered that because I'm like a tall dude, and then I'd be like, "No, I'm serious." And they'd like make it for me.
I'm gay. It's delicious. Fuck you.
Fuck
give
off.
Give it to me.
Give it to me. I don't need your judgment.
Pour it in my mouth. Baby bird it to me.
Yum. Another one on October 11th, 1988. Wikipedia calls this one of its most successful demonstrations, both in terms of size and national media coverage. ACT UP shut down the FDA for a day by doing things like blocking doors and roads, making it so people couldn't get in. They were protesting to make experimental drugs available more quickly and more fairly. Among the protesters was artist David Wojnarowicz.
So it's a Polish name.
Yes. So many consonants. Wojnarowicz. I don't know. Sorry, David. Who was then HIV/AIDS positive. He wore a painted jacket that said, "If I die of AIDS, forget burial. Just drop my body on the steps of the FDA," which then became famous in its own right.
Yeah.
And last,
which I don't know, probably illegal but effective.
Yeah. I mean, if I die, drop me off at the do something political with my body that makes a point about like fuck Trump and fuck anti-gay people. I don't know what exactly that'll be, but you can figure it out. I'll be dead, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's true. Do whatever you want to my body. Take all the useful parts and burn the rest. That's what Mom says. I agree with her.
I like that. Yeah. Lastly, this is a Seattle one. In December 1991, ACT UP's Seattle chapter distributed over 500 safer sex packets to Seattle high schools, outside of Seattle high schools.
Great.
They contained a pamphlet called How to Fuck Safely.
Nice.
Which was illustrated to include two men performing fellatio. The Washington state legislature then passed a harmful to minors law, making it illegal to distribute sexually explicit materials to underage persons.
Well,
Which I'm a little bit mixed on this because, like, maybe just How to Fuck Safely, great. Just maybe without the image of the dudes blowing each other.
But also in the news at the top of the hour or at the top of the show that, like, the mere existence of gay people is not sexual.
Right.
But I'd say gay people blowing each other in a pamphlet probably is.
Yeah.
But also, if you're 15, you know what your dick does. You probably need to see, like, if it's done in not a sexy way, but in a educational kind of way.
Yeah, like images on Wikipedia articles where it's like, this is not hot. It's more depicting the whatever topic. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So that's ACT UP.
Do you remember biology, textbooks, and you would go to the page on humans and see the illustration of the dick and balls and no? Oh, I mean, there's always it's not hot, but also that's the best we could do. Yeah. It was either that or the underwear section at Target. That was all you could. That's all we had.
Yeah, and then we got that Backstreet Boys video where they started dancing in the water.
Rain. Yeah.
That was my jam for a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was ACT UP.
ACT UP, fight AIDS. That's from Rent. Okay, Kyle.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about love triangles.
Okay.
What is a love triangle? What does it mean to you?
It means when three people Well, but I think like the who likes who, I'm not sure about. It's like three people that all like each other in a way that doesn't align with two of them liking each other. So like one person likes one person, another person likes another person. That other person maybe likes the third person.
Yeah. Yeah. Or doesn't like any of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing. This is a tortured segue, and I'm aware of that.
Okay.
But love triangle is a thing that straight people talk about all the time. Fuck straight people. They're not love triangles.
Why not?
They are love Vs.
Oh.
Like in an arrangement where everyone is straight, whether it's two women and one dude or two dudes and one woman, it's not a triangle.
That's true. It's not actually closed because otherwise you'd be a little bit gay.
There's like, you got to be queer or bisexual to make a triangle.
Yeah.
And so I think that we should try to reclaim the triangle in multiple ways. One of which is that like love triangle that's a gay thing or queer thing.
Yeah.
So if you have, I wanted to bring in the poly thing. So like there's also, this happens in polycules, right? Of like, just because two people that are in a poly relationship and one of them has another partner does not mean that the two partners are into each other.
Right.
Like
they may not date each other. They may not even see each other.
No, yeah. And I think that that's super important because I think that straight people, not that we have a lot of straight listeners, but I think that straight people think that like all poly situations are closed triangles, not more complicated or open shapes.
I think some straight people just assume that because you're gay, everyone is fucking everyone all the time. Mm-hmm. So the idea of having two gay people that are in this polycule that may not even know each other or like don't fuck or aren't in a relationship is like wild to them. Like the idea of even like our gay friendship would blow some people's minds.
Yep, absolutely. And there's also some truth to that. I think that there's more of that in our community than there is in theirs. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that it's universal.
Yeah.
But I'm reminded of like when fucking Dan, it was at my house, my condo. It was New Year's Eve. And someone in the polycule, in fucking Dan's polycule, was trying to draw a map of everybody at the party. Yeah. And there was like a solid line for they're in a relationship, a dotted line for they fuck, and maybe another line for like they're just friends, or that was implied because we were all friends or whatever. And it was like, it made the most bizarre shape. I held onto that paper for a really long time because I was just like, this is not a triangle.
Didn't it just look like spaghetti then? Yeah. Just lines everywhere? Just like everything connected to everyone in some way. And
lines everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, so polycules. Polycules aren't all closed shapes like triangles.
Right.
And in fact, in my experience, I don't have like a ton of experience, but like the poly folks that I'm aware of in the gay community anyway, it seems like open shapes are more common than closed ones. Is that meet your like?
Yeah,
I
think so.
And you've talked about like being okay with like dating multiple people or dating a couple.
Yeah, I dated a couple a little bit, and it didn't work out with them, but we're still friends, and I still hang out with them every now and then.
Do you like bang?
And then we all fuck.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you thought when you fantasize about a future with another couple in your life, do you think of it at like, are you looking for a triangle or a V? Is what I'm.
I don't think I would. I think I want to date one entity, whether that is a single human or a couple that like either one would be fine. But I think I want to date one thing, not date two different people. Like, I don't think I'm poly in that way. I don't think I would date two separate people. Like I could. I want a primary relationship, and that primary relationship could be with one or two people. But so I imagine it as if it was a couple, let's just say hypothetically, it would be a triangle, not a V.
Or is it a T?
Or is it a T? It could be a T.
Like they have a line between them and you have a line to their line.
But to them. Yep. I could see that. Yes. Yeah. But you don't think of yourself as poly, do you?
No, I don't. Like we're open, and I'm very much enjoying that, and it's super working for us. But like I don't know why. I have a hard time even like imagining what that would be like, like for us to have a boyfriend, or for either of us to have a boyfriend that was not each other.
Yeah.
Is like, that's hard for me to get my head around. And I don't know if that means, I don't think I'm anti. It's just not what I'm looking for. And it's definitely not my like natural default or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, there are some famous gay triangles that definitely should count, like Oscar Wilde, Lord Alfred Douglas, and John Gray. They had a pretty complicated triangle. Like all of them were banging the others, and then there was like jealousy, and there was a bunch of poetry that got written, and that was like
some of the best poetry, I bet, comes out of love triangles.
A lot of it was behind the scandal that ultimately ended up with Oscar Wilde going to trial. But this article that I found on like this concept of like triangles versus V's for love, and but it talks about modern media, even like gay friendly media, like the L Word, or like Queer as Folk, or like Glee. Like there are very few examples of true triangles. Can you think of any? Because I couldn't think of any, but that doesn't mean we have different levels of like media ingestion.
Yeah, I also forget shows as soon as I finish watching them, so I don't remember a love. Surely there was one in Queer as Folk. There's got to have been.
Well, so Brian Kinney and Justin, they were open, but I don't think they ever like dated a third person.
Not that I can think of. Oh, in that one show, it has that guy in it. He wrote it. It's gay. No, I'm not going to be able to.
Kit Williamson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What show did he write?
That one.
Eastsiders.
Eastsiders, sure.
I think in season 2 they opened up their relationship and started dating other people. But I don't think it worked out.
Well, okay, so
anyway,
so I don't know. This is interesting. Sorry to back up a little bit, but like, I don't think that I can handle. How do I want to say this? I don't find sex with other people threatening, but I find relationships with other people threatening. And maybe that's a jealousy in myself that I need to like inspect or understand more. Like, it has the potential to be destructive, I think, maybe. But like, I've discovered over time that like, I'm okay with sex. Like, I don't actually really care that much about like who bangs who or when, but like the idea of like spending time with someone, investing emotional energy in someone, that's a lot harder for me. So sex triangles, yes. Love triangles, no.
Okay.
No.
I like a sex triangle.
Yeah. I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to say that like I think that true love and or sex triangles are like require queerness, and straight people need to stop saying that.
But love V doesn't roll off the tongue.
I don't care. It's true.
Okay.
It's accurate.
It's a better descriptor though. Okay. I'm going to do my Ask Reddit.
Okay.
It is, how do we feel about the upside down triangle? This was posted to LGBT, the subreddit LGBT, by Appropriate Things 6515.
How do we feel about the upside down triangle?
So at my school, they have safe zone stickers that have the wrong acronym, which I learned through reading through the comments that the wrong acronym it said GLBT.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Look,
okay.
What?
In case, here's my understanding of what you just said. GLBT is the wrong acronym because gay men don't deserve to be first.
Oh, no, it's just like, it's if you don't know that it used to be GLBT, like that's how we used to say it.
That's how we used to say it
Before, and then switched to put L first to honor the work that lesbians did during the AIDS crisis. But
here's
I don't think it's about gay men don't deserve to be first. I think it's just like someone has an old knowledge of how to say the acronym.
Yeah. Where I'm going with this is like, I think in a world where we are actually all equal and all actually have the same rights and all actually have made the same contributions and all actually are like subject to the same oppression, that the order doesn't matter. So it's the word wrong that I am taking umbrage with.
But you got to pick an order and go with it. Like BLTG is not going to be the acronym.
If somebody rolled that out, I would be like, where are you from, you fucking crazy alien person?
Exactly.
But also, I know exactly what you just said, so it's fine.
Okay. I don't know. Anyway, that
or I might wonder if it's some kind of sandwich.
Exactly. The order of BL and T really is important because you may get people confused about sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they have safe zone stickers that have the wrong acronym and use upside down triangles as LGBTQ symbols. Obviously, these were originally used as hate symbols, and I know people in the community have tried to reclaim them, but is it something you would consider a good symbol, especially the fact that it was straights who put them up? And is it really a symbol for everyone or just gay men? I kind of want to replace them, but want to make sure it's not just me who thinks they are bad. Any input would be appreciated. Thanks.
Yeah. Here's my input.
Yeah.
Who cares? I think that there's a certain type of person, and a lot of them are gay, but not all of them, who gets really worked up. I know that it's me, Kyle, don't make this face, who can be really pedantic. And how, like, once a word came into being, that it has to remain the same meaning forever. Prescriptivism is the linguistic term for that. And they get genuinely super upset about the changing meaning of a word. It is not up to you. Shit changes meaning over time, depending on context. That's how humans human. And so I think if you want to say, in the concentration camps in Nazi Germany, the lesbians wore black triangles, and therefore the purple triangle has nothing to do with lesbians, and we're leaving them out in the cold. What?
The pink triangle.
The pink triangle it is exclusionary to lesbians in some way. Like, okay, technically correct. And so, like, you might think that technically correct is the best kind of correct. You were wrong. It's fine for the meaning of a pink triangle to have expanded over time and to be reclaimed by the community. It's like faggot and queer. There are certain people in our community who steadfastly refuse to acknowledge that those are appropriate terms for people in our community. And that's fine. Dig your heels in if you want to. But everyone, a critical mass has moved on.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. So be mad about it, I guess. So anyway, upside down or not, pink or some other color of triangle or not, I think that that's perfectly acceptable ways for straight people to indicate support. Like, the straight person that put that up wasn't like, fuck lesbians by putting up a safe space sticker.
Yeah.
Like, intent matters here too.
Yeah, I was going to say about the intent, I think it's very clear by what they did, and that their intent was to represent that LGBT people are safe, and I think that is effectively communicated. Maybe they're a little out of date on their how you say LGBT or, you know, symbols or I don't know, whatever. But yeah, some of the comments, someone said, it's interesting you mentioned other words, like things we've tried to reclaim. Someone said, I like using the triangle. I was involved with ACT UP in its early days, which that's cool to get someone who was actually involved in ACT UP. I think the pink triangle is one thing we have successfully reclaimed. I think attempts to reclaim queer and other slurs have been a failure, but the pink triangle has been a gay symbol for decades, used in a positive way despite its origins. It's right up there with the lambda and the labris as symbols of the gay community.
Sure, Jan.
I don't know how you could be down with the reclamation of the pink triangle, but not down with the word queer. Queer has not been a failure. It's, in fact, now incorporated into the acronym LGBTQ, and often what we just say to in place of LGBT.
You can't get a degree in pink triangle studies.
Exactly. Anyway, do you feel like it's okay to you seem like you're on the side of reclaiming the pink triangle, that you're down with it? Yeah
100%.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Me too. Someone else said, I really never cared and have almost exclusively only seen flags as safe space markers, which that's true. I mean, using the rainbow flag is pretty easy and a safe way to represent a safe zone.
Why am I so annoyed, Kyle?
I don't know. Maybe the news really sets you off.
I'm so annoyed. Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I have this conversation with black people sometimes, and that makes me uncomfortable. But this idea that, like, intent doesn't matter, impact does. In my heart, at my core, I disagree. I disagree with that. I think that intent is super duper important. And the impact of somebody seeing a pink triangle might be like, oh, I feel weird about that, or I don't like it. But the intent of, like, this is a place where you are safe, what else could that possibly mean? And to get butthurt about it is just so dumb. Intent matters. If this person is trying to say, I'm down with queer people, you are welcome and safe here, I don't care if it's like a sign that says, hey, queer people, you're welcome here. That might not be the best symbolic way to represent that, but, like, great. Thank you. Like, I don't get nitpicky about the fucking symbology that's involved. Especially if it's clear, like, what other possible meaning could there be for a upside down pink triangle that says safe on it?
Yeah.
What other possible meaning is there? So, like, calm down.
Yeah. I don't know if I agree with you about, like, intent mattering as much as you. I do think it matters, but I think impact is like 90% of the law. 9/10 of the law. I think
that's possession, but okay.
I know. What, you got weed? Possession. Yeah, that's us, Reddit. Other people had different opinions, but I just wanted to talk about the reclamation of symbols and how we do it, and got your very clear take on you're down with it.
I'm down with it.
Me too. I am too. I didn't express that as strongly, but yeah, I also think that reclaiming things makes it less hurtful and less able to be used against you. If you reclaim the word, then being called it from the car while someone's driving by feels less harmful, because you're like, yeah, right, correct. Yeah. So,
like when we were in Boise.
Yeah. That's us, Reddit.
Thanks, Reddit.
So the triangle is definitely gay. It's a gay symbol. It represents us. It's ours. Straight people can't have it. And in fact, every geometry class is homophobic.
Yeah. Secret truth.
Yeah.
Not quite as gay as octagons.
Why is an octagon gay?
I don't know. Ask the octagon.
What?
You're going to talk about the Triangle program?
I'm going to talk about the Triangle program for Patreon.
Okay.
Which, yeah, you'll learn more about in Patreon.
I hope so. Because right now I'm confused.
Yep.
Did we do it? We talked about triangles. They're gay.
Yeah.
They're going to get gayer.
They're going to keep being gay. Especially the pink one.
Especially the pink one.
Yeah.
Am I going to get canceled after this episode? I feel like I said a whole bunch of things.
I don't think so.
Okay, great. Should we take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Let's take a break. Break a triangle in half and put it in our butt.
Sure.
This is the part where Mike and Kyle take a break.
Are we back?
We're back.
We're back.
We're going to do our Gayest and Straightest.
We're going to do our Gayest and Straightest, but first, Kyle.
Mike?
Local gay bar review.
Ooh.
I didn't know that was going to come out of my face until it came out of my face.
Oh, you got to go look something up now.
No, well, okay. I'm going to talk to you about JRs in Washington, D.C.
Oh, we went there.
We went there. And I just forget if I've already done this review or not. So if this is a repeat from sometime between when we were there and now,
Enjoy.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
I wrote, this place is cute. I'm glad that we didn't do the show here because I was talking to them and investigating whether that's a place that we could have done the live show for the book tour. And I'm glad that we didn't do it there. No shade. It wouldn't have worked in that space. We watched RuPaul there. And there was a really fun drag queen that was doing drag queen things, hosting RuPaul. Mm-hmm. Is that where I saw the boy with the butt?
Yes, that was the first place we saw the boy with the butt.
The boy with the butt was there.
So you loved it.
Yeah, loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought that place was cute. A fun place to go watch RuPaul. I had a lovely evening. 3 dildos.
Which is... It seems so low given everyone expects 5 stars for everything. But that's not how it works.
Yeah, I mean, you can expect dildos, Kyle. That doesn't mean you're going to get them.
Doesn't mean you're going to get them. Another bumper sticker. We do our contact info next, but I think you have to start it.
Great. Our website.
I just realized as I started to talk.
Our website is gayishpodcast.com.
We are on social media at Gayish Podcast, or you can find our Facebook group or our Discord server at gayishpodcast.com/contact.
Our hotline, where you can send us text messages or leave us voicemails, especially if it's your gayest and straightest, is 585-5-GAYISH. That's 585-542-9474. Standard rates apply.
Our email is gayishpodcast@gmail.com, and remember to send your 450th question to gayishpodcast +450
Our physical mailing address, which you can also send questions there. That's fine.
Sure, we won't get them.
I haven't been there in a while because I've been out of the country. But it's Post Office Box 19882, Seattle, Washington, 98109.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of the 450, we said it already, but we're going to say it more. On Tuesday, August the 5th at 6 p.m. Pacific, we are doing a live stream for the 450th episode, and we always want cues so we can A them.
Yeah.
And you should send those to gayishpodcast +450@gmail.com. We're going on a cruise February 7th through 14th in 2027 with the good people from Derek and Romaine. That'll be a Mexican Riviera cruise leaving out of Los Angeles. If you want to come, we would love to have you spell come. It is gayishpodcast.com/cruise for more information and to get that process started. And I feel like there was another thing I was going to say here. Buy our book, gayishpodcast.com/book. It's great.
I feel like I don't even need to be here for this part. You're just handling it all. So, like, yeah.
I wish people on the radio made more money. I would be good at it. It's Gayest Straightest time?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Should we flip a coin? I feel like we should have some kind of method of deciding because for 445 episodes now, I've arrived at this part and wondered who's going to go first.
Yeah. A coin sounds horrible. Well, I think we just do based on who's feeling it. And right now I'm feeling first.
If it ain't broke back, don't fix it. That's what I say.
I love that. My gayest is having a dream with Judith Light in it.
Oh, yeah.
Star of stage and screen, Judith Light.
Yeah.
I don't know if it counts as screen when she's a TV star from Ugly Betty. But anyway, the fact that she was in my dream was gay.
Not straight. It wasn't that kind of dream.
It wasn't that kind of dream. Nope.
Okay,
nope.
Great.
My straightest is okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking. Stay with me. I was talking on Sniffies with a boy who wanted to talk on the phone before hooking up.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, but he was like a bro, so I like broed up my voice and I was like, hey, oh yeah, no, I ski. That's cool. What? Yeah. What? Like that's the most broy my voice gets, but I definitely broed it up a little bit on the phone so I didn't sound too gay.
I'm proud of you, Kyle.
Why? That I talked on the phone with someone?
That seems like a just straight up deal breaker for you.
I want it. Then we didn't end up hooking up. We're gonna arrange a different time, but like,
or maybe you were too broy for him.
Maybe I'm too much of a bro. Maybe I started going back to the gym. Maybe I'm too much of a gym bro now. Yeah. What about you?
What about me? I don't know, Kyle.
You don't know? Okay.
The gayest thing about me this week, I am leaving for Scotland tomorrow to officiate a wedding and bringing boyfriend with me, and we're going to wear kilts for the wedding.
Cute.
I cannot contain my excitement to wear a kilt with my boyfriend. It is going to be so hot.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm going to wear underwear. That's the thing, right?
What if there's a breeze?
What if there's a strong breeze inside the hall where we're doing this thing? What if there's a Beyonce fan and it just makes me have to Marilyn Monroe my dick and balls?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited about that though.
Yeah.
My sheer excitement for the kilt is my gayest. The straightest thing about me this week is when we were in Colombia for a different wedding. Good Lord. I got a massage. We went to these hot springs, and I ended up going to the spa thing and getting a massage. And I had a female massage therapist.
Lame.
Oh, but also it was the weirdest massage that I've ever had. First of all, it started off with she put electrodes on my back and cranked up the electricity like a fucking Frankenstein. I'm shaking because my body is twitching. And then she was like, "Moss? Do you want me to turn this up more?" I was like, "Bitch, I'm good."
No,
I did not sign up for electroshock therapy today. But then it turned into a more traditional massage, face in the hole, rubbing my back and legs and did the whole thing. And then she had me turn over. She rubbed my belly like a Buddha.
Oh, weird.
As part of the massage.
I might be no, thank you. Please.
And then she was doing my chesticle area and brushed over my nipples a whole bunch. And that is sex to me.
Yeah.
I realized as I was contemplating talking about this that my definition of sex that I talk about in the book, gayishpodcast.com/book, is anything that you can do that could lead to one or more people involved having an orgasm. And I think that's my nipples. So I had sex with a lady massage therapist.
Okay. I don't know.
Not really, but it was
really.
I was like, "Please, oh, Mike, don't get hard. This is a bad time to get hard. Don't do that."
Did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, good for you.
I fought it.
Okay. Yeah. You had thought about horses or...
Yeah.
Sorry, horses are the sexiest animals. I don't know why I picked that. I was trying to pick things that are not sexy.
Yeah, kittens playing softball
Oh,
I don't know. Anyway, that's me. We have a listener's Gayest Straightest?
Yeah, this is from AE.
Hey guys, it's AE from the Facebook group. I'm calling with my Gayest and Straightest. So I just started a job a little bit ago, and I'm working as a transfer specialist on the person who picks up the decedent after they have passed away and takes them to the funeral home. And there's a little bit of preparation involved and everything as well, but that's the short of it. So my gayest would definitely have to be doing hair and nails and makeup for all these dead people. I don't know, that feels a little more complicated than just simply the gayest, but hair and nails. And then definitely the straightest would be all the heavy lifting and having to carry a guy down 3 flights of stairs my first day on the job because the elevator was out and it was the middle of the day in the Texas heat, and that really sucked. So that is definitely the straightest. So I hope you guys are doing well. Take care. Bye.
Okay. First of all, decedent is my new favorite way to refer to a dead ass human corpse.
I've never heard that before.
Second,
yeah,
hair and nails, always gay. Doesn't
Very
matter.
gay.
You can do hair and nails on your dog. That's gay.
Yeah.
Hair and nails. You don't even need a person. Just hair and nails.
Just thinking the idea of hair and nails
that's gay.
is gay.
And then straightness. I can't help but wonder in this newfound occupation. Are you okay?
I was burping.
I can't help but wonder, how often are you going to come across stinky bad smells?
Oh, that's probably a lot.
And how do you deal with that? Do you do that chapstick on your upper lip thing with stinky Carmex to make the anyway, the Vapus?
Put toilet paper up your nose?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
Poppers?
Oh, poppers. That's a good way to solve any problem that you have.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, thank you to all of the shapes,
But mostly
mostly the triangle.
Yeah.
And thank you to people who play the triangle.
And thank you to people who
Nazis?
don't. No. And thank you to our super gap bridgers. Thank you to Locomotive, Simon Strachey, Kaylee Adams, Kid Oliver, Kobe Gordon, Squaggle, Pip, Andrew Bugby, William Bryant, John Carly, Stephen Porch, Yost Osel, Jonathan Montanius, Forrest Nell, Steve Douglas, Explosive Lasagna, Michael Covington, Thomas B., Dusty Sands, A. Coleman, Chris Kajatorians, Jerome York, and Cian and Javi. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your money. That's it. This has been Gayish from the Chris Kachatorian Studios. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz. Until next week, be butch, be fabulous, be you. See ya.
Bye.
Ding, 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 ding.
God damn, I love not being on keto.